Hey guys, today's video is being sponsored by Disney Hyperion, and I'm going to be doing the Disney book tag in honor of the release of The Isle of the Lost, a Descendants novel by Melissa de la Cruz. This is actually a prequel novel to the new Disney Channel movie that's coming out called Disney Descendants. In this book, we follow Disney's villains who have been kicked out of the kingdom of Aladdin, and they are then forced to live on the Isle of the Lost. We follow the adventure of Mal, who is the daughter to Maleficent, as she attempts to find the dragon's eye, which is hidden in her mother's scepter in the Forbidden Fortress. So she goes on a quest with her friends to go and find this scepter. So if this sounds interesting to you, then definitely go check it out. Now it's time for the Disney book tag. I was tagged by Catty-tastic, so thanks for tagging me, Cat. So without further ado, let's get started! The Little Mermaid, a character who is out of their element, a fish out of water. That was me trying to be a fish out of water. Hope you enjoyed that. For this one, I'm gonna have to go with one of my faves, and that is Jacob from Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. Jacob is thrown into this situation with all these peculiar children. Each of the children have these crazy abilities, and Jacob is just a fish out of water. There's another element that makes him a fish out of water, but I can't share that because it's a spoiler. But for those who have read this book, you know what I'm talking about. Cinderella, a character who goes through a major transformation! Oh look, I'm an apple now! Oh, I transformed into an apple! Schooled you, I didn't really transform, haha! I'm going with the same answer that Kat went with because this character just goes through such an amazing transformation, and that is Juliette from the Shatter Me trilogy. Juliette goes through some incredible character development throughout this trilogy. She is just not the same in the third book as she is in the first book. She just completely transforms into this amazing character. She takes her weakness and makes it her strength. Not only that, but her overall outlook on different situations just completely changes, which makes Juliette the perfect answer for this question. Snow White, a book with an eclectic cast of characters. I can't not go with the Mortal Instrument series by Cassandra Clare because this cast of characters is eclectic. They're each unique, they're each different, they're each amazing, and they all have different quirks about them, and none of the characters feel similar, and this just has such a massive, amazing cast of characters. Each character holds their own, and that's something that I just absolutely adore about this series. Sleeping Beauty! Anyways, a book that put you to sleep. Now here's the deal, I actually have never fallen asleep while reading, but there have definitely been some books that have made me want to go to bed. So for this one, I'm going with Frost by Marina Bear. While this was an entertaining story for the most part, it was pretty annoying. The main conflict within this book could have been fixed within the first 100 pages, but it took 400 pages to fix it. Lion King, a character who went through a traumatic experience during their childhood. I actually didn't think of an answer for this one yet, so raise your hand if you've been through a traumatic experience. Anyone? Anyone. Oh, you're all so much help. I mean, I guess Kelsey from The Queen of the Tearling kind of goes through a little bit of a rough situation, a little bit of a traumatic situation. She's basically locked away until she's 19, and then she's able to get out and she has to go and rule this kingdom, so I'm gonna go with Kelsey from The Queen of the Tearling. Even though that isn't the most traumatic experience, still, she was locked away for quite a bit. Beauty and the Beast! That was real intense. A beast of a book, a rather large book that you were intimidated by, but you found to be beautiful. To be honest, I'm pretty much scared of all big books, like they all intimidate me, but once I get to reading them, I usually enjoy most of the books that are massive. But for this one, I'm gonna go with, Air of Fire by Sarah J. Maas because it's a pretty hefty big old book. It's actually not the biggest book that I own. I've read books that are longer than this, but it's pretty big, and I was intimidated by it, and I really wanted to read this book before the Sarah J. Maas event that I went to, and I was able to do it, and I absolutely loved this book. It might be my favorite in the series so far. I'm not 100% sure, but I loved it. It was amazing. Aladdin, a character who gets their wish granted. For this one, I'm going with Hollis from the graphic novel The Ren Cheese. In this graphic novel, the main character Hollis reads this comic book series called The Ren Cheese. One of his wishes is to be a part of the Ren Cheese world, and he has the opportunity to be a part of that world, and once he gets in there, he finds out that it's not as great as he might have thought it was. Mulan, a character who pretends to be someone or something they are not. For this one, I'm going with June and Day from the Legend trilogy, specifically in Prodigy. At the beginning of this book, June and Day are in disguise. I'm not gonna say why, because it might be a spoiler, but they're in disguise in this book. So this is my answer. Toy Story, a book with characters which you would like to see come to life. Please, oh please, can you come to life? I would love to spend a day with Wesley, Mackenzie, and Roland. That's just a dream. I wish it could be a possibility, but it will never happen. But it's my dream. I wish that they could just come to life and I could just have one day. Just one day, that's all I want, that's all I need, just to hang out with my friends. But it ain't ever gonna happen, only in my dreams. And the last one, Disney Descendants, your favorite villain. This isn't necessarily one of my favorite villains, but I think she's a pretty terrible villain, and that is the Queen from Red Queen. She is awful, like just the worst. I can't even deal with how terrible she is. She's cruel and vicious and terrible. Terrible. I would not want to mess with her. No way, Jose. I am not gonna be messing with the Queen. I'm gonna be like, over here, and she gonna be over there, and I'm gonna be like, you stay away from me, and I'm gonna stop being weird. Okay. So that was the Disney book tag. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to tag MaureenKeavy and HailsHeartsNYC. You guys should definitely do this tag. If I didn't tag you and you want to do the tag, boom, 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 you've been tagged. You should do the tag. And now I'm going to ask you guys a question. Who is your favorite Disney villain? Leave a comment down below letting me know. I think my favorite Disney villain would have to be Teddy Bear from Toy Story 3. He is a terrible villain. You think he's all nice and he's like, oh yeah, I'm a little teddy bear. And then you get around him and he's like, I will take you down. And it's like, whoa dude, whoa, chill, chill, chill. Anyways guys, definitely go check out The Isle of the Lost by Melissa De La Cruz, and I will see you guys soon with a new video. Whoosh, later. Whoosh. Which is hidden in Maleficent's scepter. That is a mouthful. Maleficent. A book with an eclectic, oh my goodness gracious, I can't spit that out. Hey, I can't spit that out. Hey, break it down now, break it down.